Hello, this is Raider's pancrop tutorial. The goat. I'm kidding. This is what I'm going to be teaching you. How to make it flow really nice. You can see it pans down, which matches the movement of this cinematic because it starts in the sky and comes down. So all that you're trying to achieve with pancrop is to match. So you got the first cinematic and the second one. You're just trying to match the movement of the second one. So if the camera was like looking right over here, left, this is left. If the camera was looking left over here and it whips over to the right to show the car, you'd have this cinematic, instead of whipping down here in my case, it'd whip to the right so that it just flows really smooth in between those. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. So if I really quickly remove these keyframes, all we're going to do is on your first clip. Well, first of all, let me show you what it looks like without. You see how like static and bad this looks? Yeah, not good. Anyway, so we're going to go to the end of our first clip. We haven't added any keyframes yet. I'm going to add a position and scale keyframe because I want it to zoom in a little bit in my case. And then we're going to go a bit back, maybe about here, and keyframe again. Now we'll go to the end, and this is where we want it to like whip down. So we're going to move it down like so, and we'll zoom it into like maybe 115, just like this. Make sure as well you have motion tile on both clips. This is going to remove, if I turn it off, alright, I don't know why it's not turned on. It doesn't matter. Basically, this just removes the black bars like under here. It extends the clip onwards. Set that output width and height to anything around like 200 will be fine. So now once you've got your keyframes for the first clip, you drag over them and select them both. Click F9 on your keyboard. You probably know how to use graphs. I'm going to go into the speed graph, just makes it easier for me in this case. And we want it to whip out in a fast motion, so we're going to drag these to the right. I'm going to put that at the end. So already that's made a much better difference. I might need to position it down a little bit more. Oh, and also you need to make sure motion blur is obviously enabled for your clip. That's looking a lot better, but still quite a hard cut. So we're going to do the same principle on this side. I'm not going to zoom though, because in the game I started my cinematic with a zoomed out like lens, I guess. It was zoomed out and then I zoomed in as the cinematic went on, so I don't need to scale it, if that makes sense. So I'll put about the same distance between these two keyframes. I'll do it on this clip as well. Add another position keyframe. And I'm going to go to the start this time because that's where we want to change. And I'll move this up like that. I'm going to do the same thing. Click F9 on both of them. But this time we do the opposite velocity. Which is just like that. Make sure motion blur is enabled again. So there we go, that's looking way smoother than before. And now, just to finish it off, I've got an adjustment layer here with camera lens blur on it. And I've got 3 keyframes. Starts at 0 here, goes to 8, and then goes to 0 again. So if I turn this on, that looks quite nice. Now obviously, before I end this, you can do this in any direction. For example, I'll just show you. If I wanted it to whip to the right, or to the, let's say, top right corner, like that JLo cinematic he showed me, I just bring this up more, well, maybe not that much, like here, and then like that. So it's going to the top right corner now, like that. Do you see what I mean? That's exactly how you do it. And say my cinematic like was starting like looking down here. Sorry, I don't know. I just didn't mean to say that. I was looking down here and I whipped it up to the top right corner. That would match this perfectly. But obviously, in my case, it was this. Works the best. And you can also do it without position. You can do it with just zoom. So if you need to like zoom out, you can do so. Put this to like 85. It works. Zooms out. But yeah, I hope this helps. Do it on like most transitions, unless they already flow really nice. But also, if a cut looks hard, literally just slap on this blur. I've done it so much in this edit. Look, you see them like everywhere. It just makes it flow so much nicer in an edit like this. But yeah, hope this helps.